Hello, West Jazz Academy parents and students. The purpose of this tutorial video is to share with you our whole school curriculum map. Our whole school curriculum map is organized in two ways. First, you'll see in this Excel spreadsheet, which you've been given access to, is the lower school units and the upper school units. So within the lower school units, you'll see that over here in column A, you'll find the grade levels, KG, and if I scroll down all the way to fifth grade for the elementary school or lower school, you'll then see that in the next column we have what's called a parent guide. The parent guide was created by the Massachusetts Department of Education, and so if we open one of these up, basically what the parent guide will show you is an overview of that particular grade. So we're looking at third grade right now, and this takes you through some strategies of how you can talk to your child about what they're doing at school. Additionally, it gives you very brief overviews of the main themes of the learning for that particular grade stage. So then moving along, we have mapped out the Common Core state standards that are plugged into the different courses and units of instruction. So what we're going to actually begin with is our elementary curriculum map, which will be discussed, which follows an inquiry-based model. Later in the video, we'll talk about the upper school units, which are organized in what's called an understanding by design model, and really walk you through how those Massachusetts Common Core standards are being used in planning and in practice.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look into one of the inquiry planners. And as you know, we're an inquiry-based school. So if you click on here, it'll open up the inquiry planner. And again, if you want to look a little closer, you can zoom in down here. Our topics throughout the year are covered in different units. So unit 1A through to 3B. And the topic names are there, and it gives you the dates for when those subjects will be covered on the topic. If you scroll down, it gives you a bit more information of what the topic is about, any key areas they'll be learning about, and maybe some information about trips or excursions and any parental involvement. If you then go over back to the curriculum map, you can see that the subjects are there. So again, we've got science, social studies, literacy, math. And if you click onto one of those, so we'll just click down here onto the science one. And when you open that up, what you'll see is, again, going back to the inquiry planner, the yearly planner, the topics from the top have then been brought over to the science I can statements, which are the learning standards from the Massachusetts Common Core, and they have been separated into each topic so you can see during that topic what the children will be learning about. If you now go back, you can see here the units are here. So as we said, it's a working document. So as the children do the units, we will add on to here. So units 2 through 6 will be added at a later stage. So we're just going to click onto the Folktales Around the World unit planner. So then again, if you click into one of the inquiry planners just here. Okay, so I've just clicked into one of the unit inquiry planners, and what you're able to see is when you click in, you're able to see any key questions, concepts or understandings. It gives you a brief oversight of what the children will be learning about and the learning assets down below. And what happens from this stage is the children then will obviously develop in the topic and then driven forward through their key questions or things they want to know and learn about. And if you go back onto the curriculum map, as I said earlier, the other topics will be added at a later date as the children do them. And just like the science, the social studies, literacy and math follow the same path where what you will see is under each topic, those learning objectives and standards will be under there, so you'll have a good understanding of what the children will be covering in their lessons.
Okay, so moving along to the upper school curriculum program, I'd like to point out again the organization of the map. So here in the far left column, you'll see that if you scroll down, you have grade 6, and then you'll see that you have grade 7, grade 8, and this will take you down all the way to grade 9. So we'll just go ahead and use one as an example. So why don't we go ahead and use grade 9 as an example, and we can go ahead and look at, let's look at history and social science. We'll look at a grade 9 unit of instruction. So using the understanding by design model with our Common Core state standards, I'll first explain how the design process works. First, we give an overview of the particular unit. So this unit is dynamic interactions among regions of the world. This is a brief summary of what the unit of study will be about below. And then if we look down here, for the understanding by design process, we go in 3 stages. The first stage is the desired results. And so that's what we want our students to do. And here you'll see that these are some of the Common Core standards and skills that are the desired results. Here we ask, what is it that we want to happen in terms of learning transfer? So students will be able to, and then you'll see that each set of unit plans explain what the desired learning transfer is, followed by using a set of essential understandings, a set of essential questions, knowledge acquisition, students will know and students will be skilled at. So this is the first stage, using the standards. This is then followed by our second stage, evidence. And so what we have to talk about is, how do we want to make sure that we're evaluating evidence that demonstrates students are really learning the desired standards and skills. So here we map out again the criteria that we wish to use, and then we most importantly try to design assessment opportunities that are real world, authentic, life-worthy learning experiences, or what we call performance tasks. And so the performance tasks are opportunities for students to be in a real world situation. So this one's asking students to create a travel journal, a trader's journey along an ancient trade route. And so they have to not only use the skills of using, let's see here, a historically accurate map route, a timeline of organizing particular historical events, but then they have to take and plug it into an authentic context, which could be in the form of a journal. So stage 2 covers the evidence and the assessment pieces. And then stage 3 here, which is probably of importance to you as parents, is that it maps out the lesson plans or the learning plan of what students will be doing throughout the anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks of study. So this just gives a brief summary of what students will be doing. So in a nutshell, that is what you should see for each upper school grade 6 through 10th grade unit. To build on that some more, we can just go ahead again and see that these are all set out through 6th through 10th grade. If I look at, say, another one here, let's check out international relationships, which happens to be an English language arts grade 9 unit. Again, we should see the course overview, the specific Common Core state standards, and the desired results of what we want our students to learn. And then followed again by the evidence that we want to see our students showing and what that would look like in terms of a real world performance assessment. So task is to create their own country in groups pairs to describe various aspects of their country. So using real world ideas like GDP, population, religion, etc. Um, their job is to also here, think about this ways that they'll be evaluated, oral presentation, standards of English conventions, etc. And then, of course, again, this maps out the learning plan that students will follow. So in a nutshell, that is how you read the upper school curriculum map. And so we hope that you found this video useful, and that if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us to have more conversation about them. We think that this is a great step for the school. It's a great way to organize and think about the work that we are doing.